Ladies and gentlemen, today I give a tutorial on how to build the perfect Goblin combat encounter in D&D 5th edition and demonstrate how to build it in Foundry Virtual Tabletop. First, let me tell you a story of a wild goblin before your character encounters it so you have some perspective. You are born explosively from your mom, who usually gives birth to 2 to 4 babies at a time. You are raised in a dark cave, dense forest, overgrown grassland, or beside steep hills. You spend your early years in a large litter of goblin toddlers, battling it out to eat the most scraps of food gifted by your tribe. You quickly learn that violence rewards you with more food. If someone else is stronger than you, you must be stealthy to avoid having your food stolen. The weak die, and the strong survive. As soon as you are fit enough to run, you join the grown-ups on the hunt. You are given some friendly hunting advice by your tribe and the equivalent of a pointy stick or sharp rock. Go out there and bring back food. At first, you prowl the wilderness, ambushing weak animals and isolated people. You do this at night when they cannot see you, but you can see them with dark vision. You kill them and steal everything from them. Some of your siblings die, but you are lucky enough to steal light armor, a shield, or a sling. One day, some of the older goblins gather everyone together to talk about attacking a bigger target. You eagerly join them. It's a party of adventurers walking down the road. Your siblings jump out of the trees and attack. You are lucky enough to have a sling and fire stones at a distance. These adventurers quickly kill your siblings, so you run away as fast as you can. You learn from your mistakes and you try again and again. This time, you see our players traveling down the road. You are now older, and you gather the tribe to attack our heroes. Now, let's create our goblins. Take the default goblin from the Monsters SRD in the compendium and import them into your Actors tab. Duplicate the goblin and customize them so they all have different weapons and different hit points. Let's give them random simple weapons like daggers, short swords, slings, short bows, spears, and clubs, plus a crude shield on their back. This adds variety to the combat encounter and reinforces the scavenger theme we are creating for our goblins. Consider adding a few weak goblin teenagers with no equipment. These brats throw hardened poop balls at the players, which deal 1 damage, and they flee the battlefield when they are hurt. Next, let's create a goblin boss and 6 goblins and 2 goblin teenagers. Place them around the battle map. We are attacking 4 players with level 3 characters. Please adjust the numbers to match the desired difficulty of the combat encounter. Now let's talk about goblin tactics. How would you attack the players if you were the goblins? Who do you think will emerge victorious? Please let me know by scrolling down and adding a plan of attack in the comments section of the video. Goblins have an intelligence of 10, so they know how to make a common sense plan of attack. First off, they understand that they fight better under cover of darkness because of dark vision, so they will only attack adventurers when it's dark. Next, they will choose a familiar location that gives them cover, concealment, and escape routes. My goblins choose to attack the players on the road at a ruined castle. My goblins understand that as soon as our heroes get close to them, they will likely die. They think long and hard about ways to keep our heroes at a distance. Each goblin creates one hidden pit trap with sharpened wooden spikes at the bottom, which they pooped in. When our heroes can see the traps, they can use an action to try a DC 10 perception check to discern an absence of foot traffic over the trap locations. If they step on a trap, they must roll a DC 15 dexterity saving throw. If they fail, describe how their character falls prone into a pit and is impaled, taking 1d6 piercing damage. Our plan begins when the goblin boss shouts attack. All goblins will emerge from hiding and unleash ranged attacks and then attempt a hide action using nimble escape. The lead scout in the party with dark vision has a chance to spot the ambush. Let the scout roll a contested perception versus stealth check against the goblin boss. If he succeeds, he is able to warn the party in time, and the goblins do not gain a surprise round. All goblins will fire ranged weapons and then hide using nimble escape every turn until they are chased by the players. At that point, they will dash away if they are alone, or they hide and ready a melee attack if they are trapped. When a goblin is gravely injured to 1 or 2 hit points, it flees the battlefield. Now let's consider the player's perspective. You are walking down the road to complete a quest and it's getting dark out, so you look for a spot to camp. You suddenly hear a shout from the forest. Arrows, stones, and poop fly toward you. What do? Your average D&D player loves combat and will charge at the closest goblin. At this point, she falls in the hidden pit trap and screams in pain. Now everyone in the party knows that there are traps and they are afraid. Tell them they can use an action to look for traps in line of sight. Most players will not do this and continue charging in. Now we begin playing the game of hide and seek. If the players are smart, they will work together to surround the goblins while staying out of line of sight from the other goblins. This lets you pick off goblins individually and will result in a pretty much guaranteed win. As always, however, the players can be relied upon to astonish the world with their almost mystical ability to pick the completely wrong option. If they split up, they will fall into the hidden pit traps alone and isolated. The goblins will use hit and run tactics to crush them. If this happens, you should help them. Let them know that they can use trees or walls as cover. Let them know that the spaces that goblins walk over are unlikely to have traps. Let them know that they can flank the goblins to gain advantage on attacks. Let them know that the stone walls are climbable and you can hide in the bushes. We want combat encounters to be challenging and fun. Give your players a fair chance at success, or at least a chance to escape. In this situation, our players do have a clear but risky opportunity to escape. There is a 20-foot cliff to the south that requires a DC 15 acrobatics roll to parkour down, or DC 15 athletics roll to climb down. The goblins will not follow. You might have noticed that there is a trapdoor in the tower to the south. This gives us an awesome opportunity to give our players treasure. Let's say that the goblins have attacked a lot of people over the years, and they stashed items in the basement under the trapdoor. Maybe add a few crates of trade items like silk and iron. This gives your party the opportunity to talk with a new merchant NPC to return the items. Maybe add a few personal items like letters and encoded messages to introduce a spy network. Maybe add a few maps or exploration contracts to reveal a new dungeon for the players to explore. Maybe add a few goblin toddlers that want revenge on the party for killing their tribe. This is a moral puzzle for your players, where they must decide if they want to kill a baby that hasn't done anything wrong in order to prevent a potentially bad event in the future. Maybe the toddlers grow up and hunt the players down. There are a lot of possibilities here. What would you do? What would you add as loot? Thank you for tuning in. Please consider giving the video a thumbs up. It helps a lot.